Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee, Books, and Rain, where it is getting closer to the evening and I am just relaxing. I really need to go grab a cup of tea. I had to switch over to water, sadly, but like I said, it is getting closer to evening. And I do have to work in the morning, so at one point I will have to get a little bit of rest. So, with all of that being said, we're diving into books, and hopefully you all are having a cozy, wonderful end of your weekend. I know I'm trying to. I actually don't know when y'all are watching this, but I am recording it at the end of my weekend, and I tried to have a really nice, full, wonderful, productive weekend. I worked a little bit on a gingerbread house I am making for my puppies for their Christmas card. Now it is puppy sized, so I would say about 3 feet tall by about 2.5, 3 feet wide. So and my puppies are kind of small. They're Pomeranian and a Yorkie, so they will fit inside. We shall see how it turns out, but I still have a little bit of work to do. I still have some fluff to put on it. I'm not putting real treats on it or anything, and I still have some painting and stuff to do. It may not turn out like what I have in my head or what my Pinterest board, of course, aspirations are, but hopefully it will turn out kind of cute so I can make some pictures for a Christmas card in the near future. That is one of the things that I enjoy doing. Is probably one of the things that they dread, if they even remember that I do it to them. But with all of that being said, we are actually talking about a Christmas book. Now, yes, it is October, and we are still working towards Halloween, which is my favorite spooky season. And I love talking about spooky books, but this book is actually out this month. Well, actually comes out, it says it comes out November 1st of 2023, so I'm not certain why it came across my NetGalley right now, but I am still going to review it for you guys because it's in my NetGalley right now, and I want to say that I have a due date of like October 15th, so there you go. I am going to have it out for you guys by about that time. So, anyway, with all of that being said, let us dive into The Christmas Jigsaw Murders by Alexandra Benedict. And I don't know if you guys have read anything by Alexandra Benedict, but I recently read, I want to say it was like Christmas Murder on the Orient Express. It was not Murder on the Orient Express because that one is Agatha Christie, but it was something pretty similar. But that was the first one I read by her, and I actually enjoyed it because I like a good kind of what I would call cozy murder mystery. Now, I know that's feels kind of talking out of both sides of your face. I think it's called Murder on the Christmas Express. That's what it's called. And so kind of gives similar vibes to Murder on the Orient Express, but not quite the same. But that's why I picked it up, is because I do like Agatha Christie and I do like the Orient Express. So I picked up Murder on the Christmas Express and I enjoyed it. So I gave that one about 4.5 stars, and I gave this one about the same. I gave it about 4.5 stars. 4.25 is right around what I would give it. So let's dive into the summary and see what we think. On 1st of December, renowned puzzle setter, lone and Christmas skeptic Eddie O'Sullivan finds a hand-delivered present on her doorstep. Now that first sentence is just a little bit verbose, just for my personal taste, but it actually it fits for the book. Unwrapping it, she finds a jigsaw box and, inside, 6 jigsaw pieces. When fitted together, the pieces show part of a crime scene, blood-splattered, black and white tiles, and part of an outlined body. Included in the parcel is a message. 4, maybe more, people will be dead by midnight on Christmas Eve unless you can put all the pieces together and stop me. Signed, Rest in Pieces. Eddie contacts her nephew, D.I. Sean Brand O'Sullivan, and together they work together to solve the clues. But when a man is found near dead with a jigsaw piece in his hand, Sean fears that Eddie might be in danger and shuts her out of the investigation. As the body count rises, however, Eddie knows that only she has the knowledge to put the pieces together. So, with all of that being said, it is a mystery, it is kind of a thriller, and it is crime/holiday. This is very much like Miss Marple meets like Murder She Wrote meets Hercule Poirot. Is it as well thought out? Is it as well? It's not Agatha Christie, but it is very. I think it kept me reading and kept me entertained very well. I enjoyed it. I definitely liked listening to this audiobook, and it was an audiobook. And it seems as though most of the editions that I see, now some of them I do see are, so let's see. A couple of these are like Kindle editions, and there are a couple of hardbacks and Kindle editions as well. So looks like the Kindle edition has 350 pages, so just wanted to throw that out there. I want to say I did have the audiobook, so I enjoyed listening to it because I personally, if I get like an ebook or if I get a physical book of a murder mystery or a thriller or something like that, I am always so tempted to want to flip to the back of the page or like back of the book to try to figure out like, okay, who's still left? Who's still standing? I am always so tempted. So giving me an audiobook of these sorts of books is probably the best option because then I just have to continue to listen and let it play out. With that being said, I definitely did not see the big reveal, but I also kind of felt like it wasn't. I don't want to say it was a letdown, but it was arbitrary, I think, in my personal opinion. Like, it felt like I had gotten so many other red herrings for other reasons that that the person that they revealed was like, oh, okay. So I think that's where that's why I didn't give it higher, because I really like mystery thrillers. Like, I usually I gravitate towards these quite frequently. Like, when I'm not reading cozy fantasy, when I'm not reading like cutesy little things like that, like I will gravitate towards this. Like, I will spooky thriller, like I can be all over the place when it comes to my reads. And I don't know, it might just be because I'm also American and just the term jigsaws. I've never heard of. I've put puzzles together before. I guess I didn't know that's what you called putting those types of puzzles together were, like the locking pieces together were. I just thought they were regular puzzles. I didn't know they were called jigsaw. I don't know. So personally, when they said Christmas jigsaw murders, my brain went originally to the Jigsaw movies. Is that what they're called? Is it called Jigsaw, or is that just the name of the killer? Anyway, went to that, which is pretty violent. But then it also went to like the table saw, because there's a table saw that's called a jigsaw, which cuts those quirky little pieces. I think I don't know. There's something like that too. So I don't know. My brain was all over the place with that title, with that word. So and then there were crossword puzzles involved as well, and that was making things, because the main character, she sets crossword puzzles, and I like crossword puzzles, but I'm not a New York Times like solver of crossword puzzles. I can maybe do like the local crossword puzzle, but I'm not a New York Times Sunday solver of a crossword puzzle. Like, I used to be okay, pretty good at it, but I haven't done it in a while. I probably wouldn't be super great at it right now. I used to do it pretty frequently when I used to work at a CPA's office, like in the Certified Public Accountant's office. We would get the newspaper, and so I would take, because it was like attached to the funnies, and so I would take the funnies page, and it was like up in one of the corners, and I would like, that would just be part of like, if nothing was going on and the phone wasn't ringing, it would be like, I would just kind of fill that in and kind of kill time that way, and not in a negative way, but it's like mind killing time by like, okay, what's 3 across or 4 down or what have you. But anyway, with but this book, I did feel like it was pulling me in a lot of different directions. I think there was a lot of unresolved issues that we were working through, so there was a lot of arbitrary information that kept coming up that it would feel relevant, and then it would be absolutely irrelevant to the solving of the puzzles. And it felt like we were getting a lot of red herring information, which I don't know if it was purposeful or if it was just trying to tell us how damaged the main characters of the book were. And then it was Christmas time too, which can also be kind of traumatizing for some people as well, because some people do and do not have families at Christmas time. So it was also a very stressful time for some people. And again, there's a lot of things going on for these characters during this very short period of time. So I think it was a lot going on at Christmas yet again for these particular characters. And I think we had already had the Christmas, like Murder on the Christmas Express. If I remember correctly, we had another instance where we may have had some characters cross over. I'll have to go back and read it again, or kind of review that, but I feel like if I'm not saying that it's a bad thing at all. Like, it's kind of like saying Hercule Poirot solves many cases, and sometimes he definitely goes from here to like here and to here. Like, he goes Murder on the Nile, and then he solves on the Orient Express, and then he does this, and then he does this. Well, I feel like that's what we do, where we solve Murder on the Christmas Express, and then we solve murder of the Jigsaw murders, and this and that. I just wonder, is it always at Christmas time for these people? Because that feels terrible. I wouldn't like Christmas either if murders were always happening to me on or around Christmas. Even if I'm a detective, that would be a terrible thing. I would also dislike Christmas kind of immensely. But anyway, I will say again, I give it about 4.25 stars. I was pretty intrigued. I probably wouldn't have gone the direction of the killer she chose, but hey, not my book. So I still thought it was pretty well done. The rationale was a little flimsy, but I mean, I guess I can kind of understand why, but I kind of, in a little bit of a way, can't. I don't know. I think I need to understand that a little bit better. That's probably where I would like to understand just a little bit better. But, okay. Anyway, that's my review. I thought it was actually pretty well done. Like I said, if you like Agatha Christie, if you like Murder, She Wrote, if you like, I mean, I don't want to call it cozy murder mysteries, but they're not heavy hitting, they're not slashers, you're not gonna get just a ton of blood and guts. You're not gonna get like those sorts of things really in this type of book. This may be a good sort of gateway into kind of figuring out a whodunit sort of book. I would put this into a whodunit sort of category rather than mystery thriller suspense, because this is not really kind of leaving you on the edge of your seat like that so much. You're not getaway driving sort of thing so much. But anyway, let me know what you think. And until next time, I will see you guys on the next page. I hope you have a great one. Bye.